What's up, everybody? Welcome back to For the Record. I'm your host, Rob Markman, and we're so excited it's finally 2020. You know, we were on a little bit of a hiatus. I know y'all loved that last episode, Royce the 5'9". Super important discussion, man. And we're looking forward to another great year of a bunch of great guests and a bunch of great panels. But we figured we start the new year off right, okay? It is 2020. And I want to go into some predictions, man. It's going to be exciting this year. I just want to talk about the things that we're going to see, the albums that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? The beefs that's going to happen, the collaborations that's going to happen. And I brought a panel here to help me discuss this. We're going to put our wish list together, all right? Let me start introducing them. First up, we have Tia Hill, Genius News host, producer, podcaster, and a stand-up comedian. What's up, Tia?
Hey, Rob. Thanks for having me.
Nah, thanks for coming. I got to catch one of your shows this year, too.
Yeah,
that's one of my resolutions. All right. Next up, we have MTV's lead music correspondent. Yep. That sounds rich. And co-creator of the Rap Radar podcast, my man Brian B.Dot Miller. What's up?
What's up? I'm back. Thank you.
Nah, man, I'm surprised you still, you did the Drake interview. I'm surprised you still accept the invitation when we invite you back over.
Only for you, Rob. Only for you.
Last but not least, listen, man, this is one of my favorite artists from my home borough of Brooklyn, man. When I got started early on in my journalism career, we did some real early interviews to start his career, and he is back. You might know him from the year-end wrap-ups. He did his 2019 year-end wrap-up. So we want to get his take on 2020. And his new album, Don't Come Outside, Volume 2 is out now.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa!
Uncle Murda, man. Welcome for the record,
good,
man. First
What's
time.
happening? Definitely.
East New York.
I'm surprised B.Dot here, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Definitely.
We know we're in the right place, man.
Yes, sir.
Nah, but
Definitely.
welcome, man. Good energy, good energy. Murda, I want to start with you because since you're fresh off the 2019 year-end wrap-up, just off top, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to? What do you think 2020 is going to bring us in the year of hip hop?
Oh, man. I think it's going to be interesting, man. I think it's going to be a lot of beef.
Well, you pissed K Michelle off. You pissed Lil Reese off. You know what I'm saying? So
Come
you set
on.
it off.
Shout out to K Michelle and shout out to Lil Reese, man. I want to big them up, you know what I mean? So shout out to them. But I think 2020 is going to be exciting. I feel like it's starting out already a little exciting. I think Lil Baby was just locked up and he came home. They tried to lock him up for some bullshit. Shout out to Lil Baby. I see R. Kelly little girlfriends fighting and all that. So it's like it's going to be an interesting year.
He already started writing the 2020 rap.
I'm talking some things down, you know what I mean?
They locked Lil Baby. He done came home. He did. Nah, shut up. Beat out, man. Just overall, man. What's some of the things that you're looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to new albums, specifically from J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Rihanna maybe.
Rihanna ain't never putting out no album. I see Rihanna
I'm looking for a Riri album, too. I'm not going to lie,
Now listen, man. I'm just looking for the Savage Fenty. She just put up the Valentine's Day pics.
Oh, my.
True.
Rihanna just thirst trapping and making a lot of money off the Savage Fenty, man.
Maybe she could put a soundtrack to the lingerie.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying?
There you go. Now you
Everybody
talking.
wins.
Now you
Riri.
talk. Get Jay Brown on the phone.
Definitely.
Nah, that's dope. Now, Tia, man, what are you looking
Yes.
forward to?
Okay, well, I have to represent for all the new rappers.
Right.
So I'm most looking forward to Playboi Carti, Whole Lot of Red. Rob knows this.
Right. Now,
He-
you're a
it's
big
supposedly,
Playboi Carti fan.
I'm a big Playboi Carti fan. And Lil Uzi Vert.
Go ahead, look.
Well, you know what?
Go
That's why we're
ahead.
here. We're going to have a conversation about it, won't we? He
B.Dot
said,
so honest.
I already know I'm about to piss you guys off because he already came out and he said the album is supposed to be dropping this year. He's supposed to be, quote unquote, lyrical to prove people wrong like you. So we're going to see. And
Playboi
Lil
Carti,
Uzi
And
Vert.
you believe him.
I mean, no, but I like the music.
You are a
Got it.
comedian, though, right?
Yes.
She's being funny.
Yeah.
She's being funny.
Yeah, see, I'm here
Heard
to
you.
provide a little light comedic entertainment.
Let's go into that, though, real quick, because Playboi Carti has been teasing this album for a while. There's been
Yeah.
some leaks, really kind of creating this kind of impatient buzz around the album. Lil Uzi Vert, same thing with Eternal Take.
I think that's going to come sooner, but
Do you really think these albums come? Because listen,
I don't
man,
know.
your favorite rappers are letting you down,
I know
man.
people be lying to me. But I feel like Eternal Take will come out before Whole Lot of Red. I don't really trust Playboi Carti anymore. But Uzi came out with Futsal Shuffle. He's been on Instagram. I have faith in him, so we'll see.
All right. Nah, that's dope, man. I definitely, if he's saying he rapping more, I'm definitely paying
Yes.
attention, man. Listen,
We'll see.
I'll keep my
like
eyes
Whoa,
peeled.
Vicky.
I don't know, man.
You look so disappointed. You look
I'm
so
not big. I'm
disappointed.
not sold on Cardi, man. He just raps sounds with sounds, so I don't know if
It's evolving.
that's not rapping.
But-
It's music.
Okay, so it's
It's
static.
music, but that's your answer?
No, I mean, look, I'm not listening to it for the lyrical element. You know, I'm listening to it to enjoy it. I like lyrical rappers too, but I feel like there's enough rappers out today where you don't have to only listen to Carti. You know, some people do, but that's their problem.
I think when we was coming up too, it wasn't everybody wasn't lyrical. It was a
that's
whole
a
lot
fact.
of just people who weren't lyrical in 2000. Like I don't think Nelly was we didn't listen to Nelly for lyrics in the 2000s,
Exactly.
but it was a certain vibe that brung. Speaking of lyrics though, J. Cole.
Yes.
The Fall Off is the name of the album, we believe. And it's supposed to be coming 2020. He did a whole campaign. I think it was at the Vegas Festival, right?
Night and Day and Night.
Night and Day, Day and Night,
yeah.
something like that. But J. Cole, man, what are we expecting from Cole?
I'm expecting, you know what you get from J. Cole. Bars, man. Lyricism. I think he's also going to probably put on more of the Dreamville guys on there. So I'm expecting to see some really cool collaborations. But you know what, J. Cole, you know what you're going to get.
J.
man.
Cole's going to have collaborations? On his album?
I forgot no features. No features. You know, but hopefully, you know, he experiments. I think that he's willing to experiment with other artists. I mean, not with other producers.
Right.
This time around because he said he was going to do it in an interview last year. So I'm expected to see that.
You know what I want to see from Cole? I'm actually rooting for Revenge of the Dreamers 3 to win the Grammy.
Yeah.
Because I just want to see him bring 100 rappers on stage. There's like 100 rappers on that album.
Like the Source
I want to be
Awards.
able to
So
stunt
fun.
at the Grammys. Yeah, bring a little bit of Source. But they ain't gonna. It's Dreamville. They're not gonna bring the Source Awards energy. They ain't gonna be the Suge.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Energy. But just to see that many people from our culture
Absolutely.
accept an award, that's why I'm rooting for them. Y'all looking forward to Cole?
Yes.
I wanted to see J. Cole work with some East Coast street artists.
Right.
That's what I want to see. I want to see like a J. Cole and a Jadakiss, or even J. Cole and one of like Benny the Butcher or Conway or Uncle Murda, shit like that. You know what I mean?
Just slid that in
I like how
there.
you slid
Because I
that
got a
in.
good resume under my belt. I got the Jay-Z's under my belt, 50 Cents, Mariah Carey's. I got these things under my belt, so I could box with the best of them. Like, let's go.
Well, check this out, because on your new album, it's a perfect segue, right? All right, you got Tory Lanez on the new album, Conway, you got Benny, you got Kiss, you got Styles P. You have a song called What I Mean, where you kind of rap about the struggle.
I wanted J. Cole on that record so bad.
Did you?
That's crazy, yeah.
Can we let me highlight the lyric and then let's get into
go
it,
ahead.
right? You said we made the kids feel like killing is honorable. If we can't rap about that, then what the fuck I'ma do? I don't know how to dance, I don't sing melodies. Can't get a good job, I ain't got a felony. What, I gotta rap like J. Cole is what you telling me? What if niggas in the hood start losing respect for me? I think it's not just a question for Uncle Murda and the type of music you make, but I think street artists in general, especially from New York, there's an aesthetic that's going on that sometimes it feels like it's being pushed out a little bit. Like
Definitely.
what is Uncle Murda's options in 2020 or street artists in general?
You know what? Honestly, for me, I feel like I've been my own worst enemy. Like, as far as not putting out enough music or holding too much music and overthinking it. But like, just for the for another artist, I feel like sometimes from New York, they feel like they got to try to sound a certain way to get popping or to be relevant nowadays in the music business. So they don't stick to probably who they really are. So you don't really get them. You get somebody they trying to be instead of really getting the real them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why people appreciate Griselda, because they just sticking to who they are and they just going hard with it, flooding it, so people respecting it. You know what I'm saying?
Now you said you wanted Cole on that record?
Yeah, because I wanted to hear his point of view from what I was saying, like coming from somebody like him. Because I'm speaking from a negative point of view, being that, when I say negative, because you ain't really got no choice. This is all you know. So, and this is what people accept you for, and this is what they rooting for you for. This is why they fucking with you. This is why they rock with you, because you were this certain way, and you done put yourself in a situation it's hard to change. So that's why I said, like, you know, how I'm gonna change? If you done did something to certain people, they don't want to hear that.
Right.
No matter how much you change your life, if you harm somebody, if you done shot somebody and you did that to that person, and now you cool and now you chilling, it don't mean they chilling now.
You still got that stigma
You
on
still got that you got to handle that might come back to bite you one day. So I just wanted to hear somebody like a J. Cole's point of view on that.
And he's dope for that, because he has, in 2019, gotten on a lot of records.
A lot of records.
Where
a lot.
he offers a different perspective. Like hearing him with 21 Savage, a lot of people wasn't expecting
Young
a lot.
Thug and all these people
Young
was like,
Thug,
wow, okay.
Moneybagg Yo just
Definitely.
bumped into him in the studio and they did a joint.
Definitely.
I feel like you might could have got that feature. Did you send it out?
You know, no, I
I
didn't even try to reach out.
Right.
I didn't really know who to reach out to try to get at
Right.
Cole. You know what I'm saying? I think B.Dot had changed his number on me at the time. So I didn't really know who to reach out. Like certain friends, I'm like, oh man, you know what I mean?
Whoa. Tia, J. Cole, man, we looking forward to that?
Yes.
Okay.
I love J. Cole. I know you guys probably don't think that, but I do.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
We with you.
No,
We
but I
with
do
you.
love J. Cole, and I really enjoyed Revenge of the Dreamers 3, especially because there was so much hype leading up to it, and songs like Under the Sun and just like Down Bad, especially.
Yeah.
I love Down Bad. And a lot, I feel like, was probably the most surprising one, and Cole probably knew it too. When he did that interview last year, he was talking about how he kind of felt bad that he wasn't doing as many collaborations before, but then he really made up for it on Revenge of the Dreamers, and that was just really enjoyable. So I feel like in 2020, he's going to come with something really, really strong.
Okay.
Definitely.
Let's talk about this concept of
Shout out to Boz from his crew. I
Boz.
I met him. I was messing with ASAP Ferg one night. He took me to one of his shows. And I was like, who this? He was like, you never heard of him? I'm like, nah. Then I seen he had it going crazy. So
Yeah, Boz from
like,
Queens too, so he from
definitely
the
shout
city.
out to him. Yeah, definitely. I definitely
Crazy
see him
performer.
moving. Definitely, crazy performer.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, nah, they definitely in tune, I think, to what's going on in the city. Like,
Nah,
it's
definitely.
You might think that they not, but they definitely got roots in New York. Let's talk about, when you talk about Cole, it's hard not to talk about Kendrick.
Yep.
It's hard not to talk about Drake. I think kind of when we talk about just hip hop in the space that we in, those are the three top guys, and it can change on any given day. You know what I mean? Whoever put the latest thing out is probably the top guy at the moment. The former editor of Billboard, Bill Word, said that his sources tell him that Kendrick's new album is done. And he's put more rock sounds in it. So that's just one man's opinion of what he heard from his sources. What are we expecting from a Kendrick Lamar this year?
I don't know, man. You know what Kendrick is like? You never know what you're gonna get with him. Like he's full of surprises. Like I didn't know Dan was gonna go in the direction that went in. I didn't know To Pimp a Butterfly was gonna go in the direction that it went in. So with him, I feel like Kendrick he's been so quiet for so long. I feel like he's up to something. Like he plucks from a lot of different places, whether it's in rock and roll, funk. So he's just a student of the game. So I don't know, man. I'm just looking forward to it as a fan.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of one of them artists. I don't think we haven't heard the same album from him twice.
That's a fact.
So I feel like he's just gonna go in a whole nother direction. He hasn't been showing his face lately. Like he's been out, but he's been covering his face. It's something going on. I feel like it's all creatively leading.
I did see Punch with Justin Timberlake in the studio recently on Instagram, so I don't know if there's a connection there. So.
Punch working on his own album. Right? Punch might be like, forget Kendrick. I need this Jay Timberlake feature, man. What we doing?
Right. So you never know.
For sure. Excited for Kendrick, Tia? You don't look excited.
No, I am
Show me you're
excited.
excited.
No, I'm excited. I was thinking because you had mentioned Drake, and I've been like,
You
really
still
focused
thinking
on
about
Drake.
Drake? She said,
Let's talk about Drake. Let's go.
No,
Segue. Come on, we ain't gotta be all stiff, man. Talk about Drake.
No, only because you had mentioned Drake, and I feel like 2018, he had so many songs. He was like terrorizing us with hits, like back to back to back. And then 2019 was kind of like, okay. So I feel like he knows that. And 2020, he already started off with Future. And I don't know if they're gonna drop a project together. That'd be cool. But I feel like he's gonna try to drop more hits this year, like he did 2 years ago.
I agree with you. We didn't get as much rapping Drake in 2019. Like he had No Guidance with Chris Brown, which was a huge record.
Yeah.
And I think off of the back of the Pusha T battle, and then watching the Rap Radar interview that you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
I could see Drake definitely giving us more raps than he did in 2019.
He's rapping.
You heard the joint.
Yeah, prior to the interview.
Send it to me.
We'll talk about it. But prior to the interview, Drake sent me a record. He just said he wanted to set the tone of the interview.
You like that sound, right?
Definitely.
But go ahead, continue.
Sent me a record. He sent me a record.
It's the truth. He texted me a record and I listened to it, and it's incredible. It sounds like one of those timestamp joints.
Like a 4 p.m. in Calabasas when he was on.
Yeah, something like that.
He was on Parfait.
Yeah, he was on his head. But it's just one of those like kind of flamboyant kind of records. It has a great sample to it. I think everyone's gonna love it. It's called Say When. I think Elliot talked about that. He mentioned it in the interview. And he's talking. He's talking that shit.
You know,
Drake do be talking heavy. I appreciate Drake.
can you appreciate?
Nah, I appreciate Drake. Yeah. Nah, definitely. I appreciate Drake. He be talking heavy. I like when he
talks greasy, like that slick.
Definitely, right. He do. He talk greasy, man.
What was that line on the Future joint? Like if somebody hit up your block, we'll let you know if it was us.
He be talking crazy. I think I see Meek Mill put up the meme of it or something. Yeah. Drake be talking heavy, man.
Or even like the War joint, that he put out where you said he's like the best British rapper. You said that.
Damn, bring the receipts.
He did.
Listen.
But he said something like, Chubbs, why a man like detail?
Yeah, that was hard.
That was hard
because as soon as he said that line, right? Chubbs, why a man like detail? I just seen the picture of Detail on TMZ.
The producer.
With all the wires hooked up to him.
At
like
the
hospital bed. Allegedly.
Oh, man.
Nah, I want to get back into Drake real quick, but you know what my prediction is for this year? I think this year we're going to hear, it's my big prediction for 2020. I think we're going to hear.
Kendrick.
No. I don't think so. See, I was going the other way with it. But I like where you're going. I think we're going to hear a song with Drake, Kendrick, and Cole rapping on one record.
We never got that.
I feel like the culture needs that. And I feel like Drake will probably be the one to put it together because I still don't know if Cole is doing any features. So it's not going to probably be on the Cole album. I think Kendrick's albums are so cohesive and in his own world, each thing is like a puzzle. So it might be kind of hard to fit a record like that on it. But I think Drake could get them all together and then they perform it at a 2021 Grammy.
I'm trying to compare.
And it's a rap record.
Right. Like, I think that really would be dope.
That would be
dope.
You voting for beef.
No. When I say that, I would like to see them have friendly competition. Right. Of course, it's going to be that on the record, so I would like to see them friendly go at it. I think that would be dope. Yeah, a little spar, man.
Like a modern-day Reservoir Dogs sort of thing. I don't think we've had a collaboration like that in a long time.
Yeah, and the thing, it's funny that you mentioned the Reservoir Dogs, because, we're talking about 98 or something like that, Jay, The Lox, DMX. Like, they'd be on records with each other, but they'd be going at each other. When Styles is like, I don't give a fuck who you are, so fuck who you are.
Right. Definitely.
Like, that was about somebody in that room.
Yeah, it was. It was. They used to be going for each other's neck, for real. And it'd be nice to see that, man. I like to see Kendrick and them going at it, man.
Yeah, and then, I feel like it's been teased for a while.
They've been like jabbing at each other, but like nothing official, like jabbing.
But I think they're all on one record this year. Pusha T and Drake. Do we think it's done?
I think so. Me personally, I think it's done. I think Drake been kind of like just not entertaining it.
Does your interview reignite a flame?
No, I just wanted to know because, like I said in the
you asked the right question.
Yeah, I just wanted to know because he's kind of been on his reconciliation tour, making peace with Meek, Tory Lanez, Chris Brown. I just thought that maybe he's past that and open, extending the olive branch. But obviously,
do you really think there was? I don't think at all there's going to be room for a reconciliation.
I mean, listen.
Then again, I didn't think there was going to be a reconciliation with Chris Brown. Like it was a
situation. You know what I'm saying? That was a bottle war for real. So I thought that maybe they would have been past it, but obviously Drake's not on that same type of page. So.
Murder. How does one go about settling a beef?
With a 38.
Sometimes you gotta kill the beef. You know what I'm saying? It's the only way. Or depends on how serious the beef is. Sometimes when lines get crossed, it don't be no looking back. Sometimes, depending on who the individual is, you can't get past certain things. Or sometimes it ain't none. Sometimes certain beef just need time.
Have you ever squashed the beef? A rap beef?
Yeah. Have I ever squashed the rap beef? I'm not gonna say I squashed the rap beef, but it's just like as time went on, it just kind of like it faded itself out. It became like, all right, cool. It wasn't that serious. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, cool. But as far as squashing the beef, like, hey, all right, we cool and dead now.
Getting Sway to do the joint interview.
Like we never none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, fuck that.
See, what? Listen, man, y'all gotta chill out, man. We gotta calm these hip hop police down and get bad in New York.
Nah, we cooling, man. We cooling.
See, are you on the side of a beef or would you rather see the collaboration? What excites you more as a fan?
Collaboration, and I know you're gonna like this.
I don't like it already.
No, I know you will. No, I know you will. Hold on. The only thing I'm wondering about is when Tekashi gets out. What's going on?
How you know that's where I was going next?
Oh wow.
I was already thinking about it, to be honest, because I listened to your You know,
2019. You
mentioned
could call him out. Yeah, you could.
rap,
Yeah.
and I just, I thought you might be interested in that too. But
Wow, you thought I might be interested?
yes, maybe.
Well, listen, it's part of the reason K. Michelle on your head.
I mean, you just came in hot with that, so I was like,
but there's some people. Murda, this is a perfect segue, man, for you. I mean, because coming from the street and being the street artist that you have, there's a certain moral code that you go by. That, you know what, not every hip hop fan and not every artist will abide by, and it looks real interesting when Tekashi gets out, whether it be late this year or early next year, how he will be received. Will he be putting out records? Will the culture support it? Will DJs play it? Will they be dancing at the clubs?
You know, it's crazy. I still hear his record on the radio now. So I think people gonna still support him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's sad, but I think just because back in the days that couldn't have happened. You couldn't have been labeled a snitch and did anything in music. You was out of here. You was looking bad. Period. It was over for you. So it just goes to show you times really changed, because he can snitch and he gonna have certain people that's gonna just rock with him. That's gonna still embrace him. Motherfuckers still gonna want to do interviews with him. I hope you don't do no interview with him. But some people, you neither. But I hope, because that's what's gonna give him. That's what's gonna feed him. That's what's gonna keep people interested in him and entertaining the clown shit and thinking it's cool. So when you got the next motherfucker that's coming up, they're gonna feel like, oh, okay, if I might not be that way, but if I act like I'm that way and things get jammed up and I wind up snitching and giving everybody up, I'm cool. Yeah. If I got some hot records, I'm going to still get these interviews with all these people. The DJ's still going to play my records. People going to still support me, and they think the shit is okay.
Right.
Yeah. You said something on the 2019 rap. So you said a lot about Tekashi, man, and you was really waving the flag. But you also said when Bobby Shmurda come home, he need to be celebrated. So the word, and I feel like we get this rumor every year that Shmurda's coming home, and it doesn't quite happen. But this year feels like if we ain't here, we're close.
Definitely. No, hopefully next year he should be here. Definitely.
What do you think Bobby Shmurda's release is gonna do? You know, we talk about still hearing 6ix9ine's records. Shmurda was a guy who could have reduced his sentence, but instead he said, "No, you got to give me the same time that Rowdy got."
Rowdy gets. So yeah, not just I think that needs to be celebrated, and I think he should be in a situation like I think like just how the labels had. I don't know how true it was, but supposedly gave Tekashi $10 million. Thought he was coming home. I feel like a situation need to be in play for Bobby. Like by the time he come home, I think it need to be a situation already kind of be in play for him set up right. He got some good friends out here that want to see him win. That's gonna help him. Seen the Migos was just with Fetty. Shout out to Fetty and them. Bigging Bobby up, him and Rowdy waiting for them to come home. So I think the labels need to give him a situation and set him up the right way. Because if you're gonna keep it street and talk the street shit and rep it, and they gonna support it, and that's the money that they making. They making money off this kind of music, and they support it. Because right now, all you gotta do is be with a gang right now and have some good music, and these labels are snatching you up. Yeah. They putting the bag behind you. They going hard with you and everything. So if that's what you embracing and supporting, that's what you making your money off of, at least put a real one in position when he come home and set that guy up right.
Right. B.Dot.
Yo.
We've been covering this thing for a long time. We started kind of together as journalists, and I remember Sean being locked up.
Yeah.
And Sean coming home and the anticipation, what was the music going to sound like? I say that to say a lot of times, there used to be this belief, and I think it may be after Tupac, if you're being historical, right? Tupac having the #1 album in jail, that going to jail made you hot as an artist and made people, and then we kind of find that don't work for everybody. Like jail, more times than not, don't make you hot.
Right.
Can Shmurda come out of jail and still have a musical career?
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, I don't know how far it's gonna stretch. I think when he comes home, because we've seen this movie before with other artists that came home from prison and doing time. Like they're celebrated for like the first couple weeks, and then it kind of fizzles out. They're just just doing appearances here and there.
I blame that on the fans, but let's go.
That's another on the record.
It could be on the fans, or sometimes it could be on the artists too, not going as hard.
True.
Yeah. Sometimes it could be the support system from the people. Sometimes it just be a good story.
Right.
True. So we can't get up. The media outlets can't get fucked up either, because sometimes it'd be a good story for a couple weeks. Oh shit,
Yeah.
Bobby home, word, get the interview, support him, cool. You know, motherfuckers be on to the next thing.
Facts.
Like,
That's
all right,
how it
cool,
is.
what's
Facts.
going on, man? Riri drop.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So
Finally.
you just gotta, you know, just stay keep the support system
I just
strong.
think that hopefully that when he returns, he can make records like, you know, Computers and all the other joints that way to, you know, keep people's interest. So
Definitely.
I think that's what it's gonna boil down to, just good music.
I think he could do it, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bobby, man. And free Max B too, man. Every year we get the same
Definitely.
rumor that Max B is coming home. Max B is making all types of music in 2019 and
He
2020.
definitely
made
put
some
music
good-
out.
yo.
Put some music
He put out the
Shout out
record-
to Max B, man.
He put out the record Black and Proud
Yeah.
last year. That joint was hard. I was like, yo, where was the support for that? But you know,
I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't know how these records are
I
getting
don't
out.
know.
But magic.
Definitely. Shout
Having
out
my
to Max.
magic.
Keep putting that work out.
Yeah.
T, I got a question for you.
Oh boy. Go on.
Kanye West.
Yeah.
Is he going to continue to make gospel music in 2020?
I don't know.
tough
I
question.
feel like
Is
I
this where
feel-
he at
yeah.
permanently?
I feel like for a while, I want to say that he's going to stop and he's going to go back to his usual thing and it'll just be like a weird fever dream we had. But I feel like he really might continue. And there are a lot of people who are really into gospel Kanye. And I like gospel music, but it just feels a little strange to me, like this gospel music. Some of it, the production is good. It's Kanye level production. It just seems like he has a lot going on, so I don't feel comfortable with it.
Murda, you didn't say nothing about Kanye in the 2019 wrap up, right?
Mhm.
You got him gospel Kanye? You did?
I think Kanye front. I actually
Oh, you did? Oh,
I
yeah, the
think-
Jesus Walks. Ask J. Cole. Rhyme Fest did it.
Those ad-libs is crazy.
Yo, that's right.
Oh man.
You did.
Oh man. Damn, Kanye. I think God pushed him off that horse too the other day. I think he playing around too much and God said, see, he gotta take the hint, man. I think God pushed him off the horse.
Is he gonna stay gospel? I know you're a man of
Yeah,
strong
of course.
faith.
I'm a man of faith, but you know, I'm also a man with ears.
Right.
But I don't really like gospel Kanye as I mean, I like it when it's done right. Like Jesus Walks, and of course he's always had elements in his music. Do I want to listen to a whole album of gospel from Kanye? Not really, but some records are better than the others.
I don't know. You know, every year I feel like he reinvents himself.
Yeah, you got to.
It's a different sound. One time it's 808s, one time it's Jesus. Every time we see Kanye, we get a drastically different Kanye. And my whole thing is if the man wants to just strictly make gospel music and dedicate his life to God, I'm great with that.
Right.
Like, go ahead. Like, that's beautiful.
Mhm.
And the part that makes me uneasy is I don't know if I'm being sold something, if this is genuine
Exactly.
or if this is another marketing scheme. I feel like once you kind of say, hey, I'm going to go gospel, I'm not going to perform any of my old songs no more. I'm not going to curse in records anymore. Like, you kind of got to stay there.
Yeah.
Far be it from me to tell another man what to do,
You're
but
right.
it's like that's like you can't jump back
Well, I
and forth
mean,
on
it
that
worked
line.
for Snoop.
Yeah.
You know, Snoop put out a reggae album, put out a gospel album. You know, Snoop has been one of those guys
That's
that
true.
reinvent himself every 2-3 years. So
Yeah.
But it seemed more cool and genuine with Snoop.
Yeah, it's like chill.
For some reason, it's like cooler with Snoop. Like, I feel like with Kanye, it looked like it's a promotional stunt a little bit. But,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we'll see. I don't know. Maybe he is genuine. Maybe he did find God all the bullshit he went through. You know?
Okay.
I mean, for real. Like, you know.
Right.
Some breakout stars for 2020. Who we looking at this year? Who we think? You know, I think in 2019, I think the baby
right.
Yeah.
really kind of
Definitely.
like stole the show. I
Meg
think
Thee
Meg Thee
Stallion,
Stallion
definitely.
really made a name for herself.
Benny the
Brazil, the
Butcher.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yep.
got to give them their props.
Yep.
They came up this
See,
year.
here's my thing, and definitely giving Griselda their props.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's another level they can go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm it's a little scary
Got you.
to what I think Benny is going to be highly in demand this year.
Mm.
I think, you know, B.Dot, shout out to B.Dot, put
Yeah.
in the air about a Benny and Drake collaboration.
Put that
I
in the air.
don't know if Drake was thinking about it before, but they thinking about it now. The
Right.
internet is talking. I know Benny is doing songs with Russ. I could see Benny and Hove in 2020 because he really reminds me of a Streets is watching era Jay-Z.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Where
I'm not mad at that.
he's out of the street enough that you could see it with the jewelry and the way he's
Yeah.
moving. So it's aspirational. He's reached a certain level,
Mhm.
but it still feels with the lyrics and the way the music sound connected close enough that it still feels dangerous.
Right in the trenches.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that element of just like the underground and the mainstream kind of colliding worlds. Like I love that. You know what I'm saying?
I think the game needs him.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna make people feel who are removed, who can't make that type of music anymore, bring them closer to the streets.
It's like Murda and Mariah.
Right.
Definitely. You know what I mean? That mixture,
That
baby.
happened, boy.
Definitely.
Who else you checking for in terms of the young folk?
The young folks, I'm definitely looking forward to Chef G and Sleepy Hollow.
Word.
So
Shout
they
out
part of the
Flatbush.
family. I'm definitely looking for more from them. Want to see what 5-year do too. Looking to see what he do. Yeah, a couple of young guys, man.
Yeah.
Tia, look, man, you the voice of the young people.
I know.
Yeah, let's go.
I
Who
feel
should we
like
be checking for?
Roddy Ricch came out super
course.
strong at the beginning of the year. I mean, he was already big last year
Yeah.
among some circles, but I
Yeah.
feel like this year he's gonna have like a DaBaby level year.
Yeah.
Where like DaBaby had a career for years before 2019, but 2019 was his year. I feel like it's gonna be the same for Roddy Ricch this year.
Roddy
We
Ricch
got to
been
roll the
talking
tape,
heavy.
Rahel, because I think last year when we had this episode, I think I said Roddy Ricch.
Really?
You said it?
2019. I think so.
Oh,
we
boy.
gonna go back to the tape. I did. You did. I read that in the Uncle Murda. Roddy Ricch, what's the temperature like, man? Because it does definitely feel like there's a new energy coming out of the West post like TDE, who's been running it for a couple years
he
now.
got a good energy, and he's different coming from LA, you know? I'm excited to hear him.
And now he has the number one record
Yeah,
in the
look at
country
that.
Right.
with the box beat out
Yeah.
Justin
Yeah.
Bieber. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
So
It was
so
nice.
Roddy Ricch, you think?
Yeah,
And
I
he
feel like
started
Roddy
some
Ricch
beef
did-
right then. He put a little tweet out saying,
Oh,
"Yo,
yeah,
go
he
support
tweeted it.
Justin Bieber."
Yeah, he
I
was
like
like
your
Stream Yummy
attitude,
or
Roddy.
whatever.
I like his
He
attitude.
definitely ain't afraid of the.
I like
of the
his
friction.
attitude. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Who else? Roddy Ricch. Anybody else?
Okay,
Anyone
well,
wanna cut you off?
my personal favorite, I just really like Tierra Whack.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And
okay.
I'm a huge fan of her. And she put out a project, what was that, 2018? So I just would like to think she's going to put out something again in 2020. And I really want her to be bigger.
Yeah.
And I really want everyone to
She's
support
super
her.
creative.
She's super
Yes,
dope.
she's amazing.
I ain't
And
up on her.
Yeah, she
Oh,
put out an
man.
album. It was
You
like
should really
15
listen
minutes
to
long.
Whack
Each
World.
song was 1 minute.
Each song's 1 minute. They're
for
so
real?
beautiful. Yes, she's so talented.
Where's
She
she
performed
from?
She's
here,
Philly.
Philly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tierra Whack is definitely one of them. The record Clones was one of my favorites of last year. But the artists I'm looking forward to is like I like Rod Wave.
Rod Wave,
yeah.
You know what
dog.
I'm saying? Like the ghetto gospel. I like what he's doing right
Yeah.
now.
Rod Wave.
So not the Kanye guys. You like what he doing? Got you. Heard you.
Like he does a lot of things with experimentation with his voice. It almost sounds like the dude from Blues Traveler.
Yeah.
That kind of John Papa sound.
But it's street. We had him
Yeah.
up here on open mic on Genius. He
Killed
pulled
it.
up the stool, sat on the stool, and sang his heart out. But it was
Yeah.
all hood shit.
That's kind of where I got hip
Yeah,
to him
yeah,
off
yeah.
the Genius clip.
Okay, look at that.
We do that over here. You know what I'm saying? We had the first
Get
little
this guy
Nas
right.
X
Little
interview.
something.
You know what I'm saying? I know Murda and Dave East wasn't feeling it. But, it's happening anyway, baby.
Word.
Rod Wave.
Yeah, Rod Wave is dope.
Okay.
Baby King.
Baby
Yeah.
King.
You know what I'm saying?
Die for
Orange
my
Soda.
bitch.
Die for
Yeah.
my bitch. Shout out to Najee over Cigar Talk. And those are the two
See what
guys.
happened to Jaheim? You got to watch all that. Can't be out here dying for you.
I think it's a metaphor, man.
All right. I'm just making sure. Got to put the young blood on point.
Whoa. Nah, man, that's dope. And Murda, man, I want to. What's going on this year with you, man? I mean, you just put the album out. You know what I'm saying? Don't come outside.
Definitely.
It's definitely that type of energy in New York. It feel like that.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. So much gang activities going on out here, man. So after certain hours, I think you just need to be in the house if you ain't really got nothing to do outside. So just highlighting that a little bit. But just trying to work more with the music, man, be a little bit more consistent. That's it, man. Fuck these streets up a little bit more and turn up a little bit, man.
That's what's up,
Word.
man. Well, show you perform with Janet before. Like,
Definitely
who do we have our eyes on this year?
Definitely was on tour with Janet and 50. That was dope. Shout out to my guy, yeah, that was my partner with me. There was a couple other people on there, but I just like highlighting Janet Jackson so much.
Nah, it sound
oh word, Murda was on tour with 50 and Janet Jackson.
hard.
But shout out to everybody else that was on there too.
Right.
Jason Derulo, Brandy,
Right.
Black Eyed Peas, and Cisco and all them motherfuckers.
Uncle
You know
Murda
what
and
I'm saying?
Beyonce tour
Hey.
2020.
It can happen. Goals. It can happen. Goals.
I have
you know
some
what I'm
goals
saying?
for 2022. I'm glad we're here with Murda because Murda is one of my favorite rappers in New York. I've always said that.
Yeah, B.Dot be on my neck, man.
And Murda has this series, like I think he's one of the best storytellers, underrated. Like
Right.
I encourage everyone to check out the track Brooklyn Tale. It's
Yeah.
a real dope story. And he hasn't released a follow-up to it. And I've been asking him for years where it's at. Also, another record he has called Brother and Sister, which is one of my favorite joints. Is like, yo, what's up with those shits, Murda?
Yeah, you know-
Can we get him this year?
And he really been on my neck for a while with it. So when I try to go on the page, like the Rap Radar page, and they pages popping shit like, yo, I don't see y'all showing me no love. He go, yeah, can I get the Brooklyn Tale Part 2? And can I go? I'm like, yo, this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, man. So now I got to get to that. That's one of my goals this year to actually come up with the Brooklyn Tale Part 2 and Brother and Sister Part 3. Because it's like no matter what music I put out, my true fans always ask for that. I notice that on social media, whether it's the wrap up or I don't care if I'm on tour, whatever I'm doing, they always go, yo, nah, yo, dope, man, I love you, good success. But when we getting Brother and Sister Part 3, or when is Brooklyn Tale coming out? So that's definitely some goals for 2020, man.
Yes. Yeah, man, definitely, man. And yo, I just appreciate you being here. I'm glad this feels full circle again.
Nah, definitely, man. So far the year starting off good for me, man. I was just on Ari on MSNBC.
MSNBC. You getting a lot of money out here.
I was feeling a little big this year. You know, Ari actually coming to my party tonight and all that too, man. That's my guy now. So just on ESPN too with Jalen and Jacoby. So we moving, man. Trying to stay busy this year.
Shout out Jay Sharp, man.
Definitely. Yeah, she's working. She's putting in that work, man.
Definitely moving. And shout out to y'all. It's gonna be an exciting year in hip hop. You know, we're gonna cover it all here on For the Record. Like I said, definitely check out Uncle Murda's Don't Come Outside.
Volume 2.
You heard. Streaming everywhere now. Check out B.Dot's Rap Radar podcast with Elliot Wilson and all the work he does on MTV. And, of course, you'll see Tia here every day on Genius News. All right? I'm Rob Markman. This is For the Record. Peace.
Whoa!